heck is food combining, and how do we apply it to our everyday life? Well, believe it or not, food combining has been around for decades. It goes back way to the 1950s by a man named Dr. Hay. He developed heart issues and he wanted to deal with them naturally. So he sourced out this idea of food combining. And lo and behold, his heart issues resolved themselves and he also lost 30 pounds within 6 months. The beauty of food combining is you don't even have to give up carbs. You don't have to give up proteins. You don't have to give up fats. It's just all in how you pair them together. So let me give you a clearer view with the templates that I've provided in the program so that you get a great idea of how to utilize and apply food combining in your daily life. We're going to get started with our food combining guidelines. First guideline is mix carbs with carbs, which are fruits and vegetables, legumes, and sweeteners. Let me give you an example of this. I have a client that started and she said, I really don't want to give up my bagels. How can I keep my bagels? I love them for my breakfast. How can I keep them on this program? And I said, you don't have to give them up, but you can't add butter because it's a fat, and you can't have turkey meat because it's a fat, or rather a protein. And you also can't put peanut butter, but you can put jam or honey. So if this is making sense to you, your bagel is a carbohydrate, and so is the jam and the honey. They're all sugars. So these sugars work together as one macronutrient, and the body efficiently processes them. By doing this, she didn't feel deprived because she had her bagel every morning. And all she had to do was let go of the butter and let go of the peanut butter, or making it as a sandwich with a type of meat. So you don't have to give up your carbohydrates. Something that I do almost every morning, a nice big bowl of oatmeal with cut up apple and some maple syrup. I have not cut out maple syrup, I have not cut out bananas, and I have not cut out oatmeal. They're all whole foods, they are all pure, and my body needs them for energy. So the body utilizes carbohydrates for energy, okay? I hope that's making sense for you. So that's your first guideline. Guideline number 2, mix your recommended vegetables with protein and fat, okay? So let's go to our list here. Our recommended vegetables are our low starchy carbs. So, for example, you're making yourself a beautiful salad, okay? You can add the chicken. You can add the sunflower seeds. You can add a little bit of olive oil, but don't add the dried cranberries. The dried cranberries will disrupt the process of digestion, okay? So if this is making sense, you can have your greens with your protein and your fat. Mix them all together. The fat goes to the brain, it satiates you, and the protein goes to your muscle to help things repair and build, okay? So don't give up oils, don't give up nuts, don't give up seeds, and definitely don't give up your protein sources, okay? So find your favorite protein sources. I love fish, I love tofu. I'm not a huge meat eater, but it's really, really important, especially after the age of 30, to get your protein in, because if you don't, there's no way your muscles are going to repair, nor will they build. Okay, so that's number 2. Let's move on to having protein with fat, okay? So as mentioned earlier, we don't have our carbs with protein and fat. We can have protein with fat. So for example, sometimes if I know I'm not going to be able to eat for a little while, I'll put in a bowl 2 tablespoons of natural peanut butter, a tablespoon of chia seeds, mix them all up together, and there we go. I have protein mixed up with fat together. I'm going to eat that for a snack with a bit of sea salt, and that's going to keep me satiated for a few hours. Okay, so you can mix your proteins and your fats together. And again, in this list, I've provided you with what they are. Okay, so please take a look at these well. Next, we're going to talk a little bit about dairy. So I myself do not include dairy in my diet. It doesn't work with my system. If it works with your system, by all means, incorporate it, add it, okay? I typically say eat dairy on its own because it's hard to digest in the first place. If, however, you would like to include it and you would like to mix something with it, I would highly recommend that you have low glycemic fruits and low glycemic vegetables. Let me give you an example, okay? You don't have to give up your cheese tray, okay? You can put out your cheese tray, but put out some sliced celery, put out some sliced apple, put out some sliced cauliflower, okay? So you can do a nice cheese spread in that respect, but you're not having the crackers with the cheese anymore, okay? Yogurt. You can have yogurt with berries in the morning, but you're not going to pair yogurt with banana because bananas are higher glycemic. You're going to have banana with oatmeal, like I have in the mornings, okay? Or banana as a snack on its own. Do not give up bananas. They are high in potassium, they are great for recovery, and they're a whole food, okay? Please don't give up whole foods. Just look at how you pair them together. So those are all of our food combining guidelines. And then I want you to take a really good look at your food combining list because it gives you a great idea of all of the different macronutrients and which ones to use, okay? Which ones are best to use. It's best to keep it simple. Don't complicate things. If you want to spice things up when you're cooking, use spices, okay? Spices can be used on anything. I love cinnamon on almost everything. One of my go-to snacks is chopped up apple with some applesauce. So I put it in a big bowl and I sprinkle some cinnamon on top and it's fantastic. It's delicious. I also love curry powder. So I'm going to be giving you guys a nice recipe for a chicken curry with cauliflower. So spice things up. Don't complicate things though. Don't put too many things in at once if you want this to work for you. Last but not least, your macronutrient chart. Okay, this is what your day should look like, okay? Not a meal, your day. So it's my belief that 50% of your day should be vegetables and fruits. 10% carbohydrates, so that would be your oatmeal or your bagel. 20% fats, that would be your nuts, your seeds, your nut butters, things like that. And then 20% protein. So that would be your chicken, your fish, your protein bars, and your protein shakes and things like that, okay? And don't forget about eggs as well. They're one of the world's healthiest foods. So I'm hoping that that's given you a wonderful idea of how to apply food combining. Don't be afraid to eat out on food combining. I'm going to give you an example. Last night I ate out in an Italian restaurant. And there are always options there, okay? I chose not to do a carb, but if I was gonna do pasta, then I would just ask for a red sauce and a side salad. That's it. That would be my meal, okay? I wouldn't mix any protein into that if I really wanted pasta, but I didn't. I really felt like salmon. And with the salmon came rice and some other options. And I just asked them for the blackened salmon and I said, can you please, instead of the rice, just put a nice side garden salad there for me with balsamic dressing on it. And that would be lovely. And guess what? They had absolutely no problem with doing that. So if you have any questions in regards to what to eat and where, throw it out to me. This is what I'm here for. I am your resource, okay? And I will also be posting some other ideas on how to eat out using food combinings. All right, I hope that was useful and helpful, and please post within the group any questions that you might have or shoot them off to me privately in Messenger, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.